The unfairly maligned viral so-called Tradwife, Nara Smith, and her husband, Lucky Blue Smith, have been caught in the crosshairs of online discourse once again because of a recent TikTok that Nara posted with her husband. They are discussing the unspoken rules of their marriage, prompting headlines like this from BuzzFeed. Nara Smith's husband explained why he doesn't let her drive, and it's honestly pretty weird. So the narrative, of course, about Nara Smith is that she is being held hostage by her controlling, abusive, misogynistic, Mormon fundamentalist husband.
He locks up her passport.
Yeah,
too.
he's essentially trafficking her. He's keeping her captive in their basement, and he doesn't let her out of the house because he's just such a misogynistic, controlling freak. When in reality, both of them are actively working supermodels who travel the world together, have endless means, and she's allowed to do whatever the hell she wants.
Is there such a thing as a real trad wife who is on TikTok?
And by the way, if that were the case, do you think that they would talk about it so openly?
Yeah.
If she were actually not permitted to drive or leave the house, do you think that they would broadcast that to their audience of millions of followers and invite such criticism? I think they were just... If
anything, they're so social media literate that they know that it will create headlines.
I think they were just trying to make a cutesy video about their relationship and talk about silly, quirky things that they do together. And it went wrong because people have a hate boner for this couple.
Should we watch this video then?
Yeah,
Is
we
there
should.
music?
No, they should. Or we'll go through it and react to some of these unspoken rules of theirs and see where we land on this.
Yeah.
Rules in our marriage. We've been married for 5 years, so there's a few things. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
She's pregnant, by the way.
Okay. I always scan the menu at any restaurant we go to make sure that Lucky has options that he likes to eat, and I pick what he's gonna eat so he doesn't have to worry about it.
That's so controlling.
Okay, see, exactly. If her husband said that he picks out her food for her at restaurants, then they would accuse him of abuse.
But this is just cute. Cutesy.
Why is it only cute when she says it? Like, there are several examples just like that in this video.
This is true. It's great.
Every time we enter a building or any place, I stand on the left side because
Yes,
Lucky...
it bothers me.
Why? No, the left side, so you can open the door.
Yeah, it bothers me if you're on the right, because you have to be on the left so I can easily just let you glide in.
Why doesn't he let an able-bodied adult woman open a door for herself? Disgusting.
Here we go.
Okay, one thing I do is I drive no matter what.
Always. I don't even attempt to get in the
Yeah,
driver's seat.
I really get bothered when I see girls driving a guy. I don't know why.
Always.
I just don't like it.
You also always fill up the tank. I don't remember the last time I've pumped gas. I probably haven't in years, unless I'm alone.
But to me, those two things are like obvious. You know, I think every
And
guy should
trash.
do that.
I don't touch the trash.
Obviously.
Okay, so that's just an example of him doing her a favor.
Yeah.
He drives her everywhere, pumps her gas for her, and takes out the trash. These are very normal things.
Yeah.
And this has been the subject of all the backlash.
He also didn't say I don't let her drive, if I remember correctly. He just said I drive everywhere.
Right, but they're all framing it in the headlines as Lucky doesn't let his wife drive. And she even said when she's not with him, she does drive because she's an adult and she's capable of that. Like, he never said anything about how she's not allowed to drive. It's kind of crazy that they're framing it that way.
Yep, here we go.
The dishes,
You
because
always
Nara
do.
cooks these beautiful meals, so
A
it's
lot
only
of
right
dishes.
that I go do the dishes. I actually enjoy it as well. You kind of get into it.
Bless your heart.
Watch a YouTube video or something. I'm always the one that does the kids' hair. If they're
No
wearing it
matter
out
what.
and curly, no matter what. So
Lucky's very
Yeah.
particular with it.
very specific. It has to be good.
Yeah. I do hairstyles. I do them when they need like an updo type situation. I always make sure Lucky never runs out of hot sauce. So every time I see it run low, I go
You
buy
gotta get the
more
hot
hot
sauce.
sauce.
You need the hot sauce in your fridge.
I just make sure he never runs out. When Lucky's eating a salad, I make sure to not put any veggies in there that he doesn't like, so he doesn't have to hassle with picking them out.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
No, but I love that you do that. It's a perfect salad.
I just realized he kind of looks like Skeet Ulrich when Skeet Ulrich was younger, like in the Scream days.
Okay. I don't mind vegetables, but cucumbers I don't really like.
And tomatoes.
And
Bad
tomatoes.
opinion.
Cucumbers and tomatoes can leave.
I think they're great.
Nara has really cold feet.
Always.
And so when we're on the couch, she always like tucks them under my legs and my legs. I hold them for her to warm those up.
I never noticed that you did that, and you let
I
me
mean, she's an able-bodied woman. Couldn't she just put socks on?
Yeah.
do that until you mentioned it one time. Or I asked you why you let me do that.
And foot rubs. Always give a good foot rub. It's essential.
The kids are like, gosh, Mom and Dad are making content again.
They're TikToking again.
What's that?
They
I feel
even
like we could
said they don't have nannies, which a lot of people found incredibly hard to believe.
Yeah?
But they somehow make it work with like just themselves and family members. This is how the media reacted, though. I'm going to keep it real. A lot of the comments on TikTok are pretty impressed with what they had to say and their relationship in general, but I decidedly am not. I just think it's weird to have rules preventing your spouse from doing anything in general, but hey, that's just me. Okay, what if it were like a rule preventing your spouse from like cheating on you? Like, you obviously have rules in any relationship. You need to have boundaries in any relationship, and this isn't even one of those examples. It's just that he does her a favor to be gentlemanly and kind to his spouse. They're so desperate to cast them in this light.
Also, it's even more disingenuous because of how long the video was. They took it completely out of context of a 2-minute and 30-second video.
Yeah.
With examples from both of them doing things for one another. Like, this could have very easily been reframed as king husband does the dishes after wife cooks.
I'm seeing like women responding with like cringing gifs being like, doesn't let her? What? Like,
Yeah,
the idea that your husband would have any expectations of you to do or not do anything is just completely off the table to them. Again,
Because they ascribe any level of like expectation as control.
yeah, when clearly she reaps benefits from being in this relationship. He treats her well.
Yep.
If we're to believe the image they project, at least to the
Yeah.
media. And again, if Lucky had said, I pick out her meals for her at restaurants, they would have freaked out over that.
Yep.
If they did some kind
Well,
of
yeah,
like,
because she said to make sure it's something he likes. They would have framed it as he does it to her to make sure she stays thin.
right, exactly. Another one said, yeah, this just sounds restrictive and too old-fashioned. She should do what she wants when she wants, and he should be okay with her driving. He may need her to drive someday,
And I'm
as if that's never happened.
like, is the idea here that like that she got out of surgery or he gets out of surgery and he's literally passing out. He's like, nope, passenger seat. I gotta drive. And then they like pass out and die on the way home. I don't think that it's that simple.
And they said, it's the wording, doesn't let her, sounds controlling. The wording of doesn't let her came from headlines, not from them.
Yeah, they didn't say that.
They said, Lucky always drives.
And that's assuming that they're just talking about when they're together and not like she doesn't go out and drive on her own with the kids because he can't be together 24/7.
Another one said, he must be really insecure in his masculinity.
If you don't let your fiance or wife do absolutely anything she wants anytime, whenever, you're insecure.
One of them was more so jealous. She said, I honestly wish my husband didn't let me drive. I hate driving. Can't wait for someone to take my license away someday.
So that's the youngest millennial ever. That's basically a Gen Z person. It has to be.
Oh, here's a great one. Never heard of them, but she'll get sick of his garbage one day, and that will be that.
No, I doubt that.
Sick of his garbage, of insisting on taking out the garbage?
And
I don't think so.
And doing the dishes after she cooks.
Yeah. She'll get sick of how controlling he is
That
and
was
divorce
how.
him.
That was one of the ways they made Brian O'Connor look like the good guy in the first Fast and the Furious movie. When Mia is doing the dishes after he has dinner with the family. He goes to help her, and she's like, you can go in the living room. He's like, the cook doesn't clean where I come from. She goes, yeah, I'd like to go there.
Another comment said, how does he not let her drive? He is not her puppet master.
They have a very, very like stereotypical, over-the-top idea of this male misogynist that's obviously doesn't his shirt doesn't even reach the bottom of his pants. I don't think you can be a misogynist and have your shirt not reach the bottom of your pants.
To be fair, most of the comments are positive and from women who aspire to a relationship that is like theirs, and they are saying positive things about her husband. It was a small vocal minority that was saying these things.
How many kids did they have?
I think 3, and then she's pregnant with their 4th child right now, which is another point of controversy in itself. Like, oh, he doesn't let her, like, time her pregnancies or whatever.
Any boundary that a guy puts up or any request that a man has is a sign of being insecure and controlling. That's what they mean.
Yeah, I just think they're desperate to find something sordid about this relationship that simply doesn't exist. Now, the other influencer who similarly gets a lot of backlash of the same kind from the same people is Ballerina Farm. And she is the former Juilliard ballet dancer who put a hold on her career in this field in order to focus on homesteading with her husband. Her name is Hannah Nealman. She is also a pageant queen. She participates in a lot of pageants. They're both also highly successful people. Her husband is an inheritor of $1 billion fortune from JetBlue, and they have endless resources to conduct their family business.
He's the one who was the JetBlue guy. I thought this.
Yes.
I forgot this guy.
These are the model couple, but they've actually become friends since then, which was a huge point of contention as well. From reading stuff about Ballerina Farm, I would be slightly more. I would find it slightly more believable that Ballerina Farm's husband has sort of imposed his will on her
because of the financial ramifications. But he built her a ballet studio, so it's okay.
Right, he did. So that was, in a way, they did that to like tell people like, hey, look, he's not actually preventing her from doing what she loves.
Yeah.
But there were just some parts in their long form interview with Ballerina Farm where I thought, okay, it does seem like he's hovering over her a little bit and trying to answer these questions on her behalf when she's talking to the interviewer. Like, I did find it a little strange, but people also blew that way out of proportion. The main similarity between these two couples is that they're Mormon.
Yeah, and
although Nara says that she's not Mormon.
Yeah,
I think Lucky is.
The other issue for it is like it's all a miscommunication, a purposeful miscommunication from the media. Much like when they were running the Sydney Sweeney ad, and people kept saying that she was claiming in the ad that her genes were superior, when that's not what was said, and they're just taking advantage of dumb morons who get emotionally invested in something without actually looking into it at all.
They're just eager to lie. They get glee out of lying. They know that they're doing it.
You think so? You think, or some of them are just like so eager to have a hot take about the culture war that they don't even really think it through. They just hear it one time through and they actually imprint upon it without even realizing that she didn't say that.
It's both, but the journalists for sure, I think, are intentionally misdirecting in favor of their narrative.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.